Hello and welcome to Access Identified's brief demonstration showing how our advanced cloud automation rapidly deploys PingIdentity infrastructure products into the cloud. In this demonstration, I'm going to show our automated deployment of two PingFederate clusters, A and B, and a single PingDirectory cluster, PingDIR, across three cloud regions in both AWS and Azure. Our demonstration environment will show both PingFederate clusters and the PingDirectory cluster replicated across all three regions. Our deployment journey begins with the creation of a deployment blueprint which defines the customer's requirements. The blueprint is cloud agnostic and once complete will define everything the automation process requires to generate the entire deployment code in Terraform, which acts as the deliverable and will be used to build and maintain the deployment for the entirety of the project lifecycle. The two key components of the blueprint are the product makeup in each region and product-specific configuration. Additional components define cloud account details, subnet configurations, and a number of other configurable components. On the current slide, you can see we have defined three cloud regions and a selection of products that we want to deploy. This configuration can include any number of operating environments, but for this example we're showing dev and prod. And this shows the variable settings for the number of servers that can be deployed in each region. This allows the flexibility of varying workloads in different environments using a single consistent deployment blueprint definition. Our automation suite supports any number of cloud regions, including just one, and any number of product clusters. Behind the scenes, the automation takes care of all underlying cloud resources, including the creation of virtual networks and cloud VPCs, subnets, peering connections, security groups, load balancers, application gateways, autoscaling groups, DNS configuration, SSL certificates, and so on, meaning that all we need to be concerned about is defining this deployment blueprint, and the automation technology will take care of everything else. These slides now show the product-specific configurations highlighting the machine images to be used, the instance types, and a number of product-specific configuration parameters. Note here the DNS prefixes that will be used to access the various products once deployment is complete. On the current slide, you can see our PingFederate A cluster will use the DNA prefix PFA. Similar to the previous slide, this shows our PingFederate B cluster using the DNS prefix PFB. And finally, our PingDirectory PingDIR cluster will use the DIR DNS prefix. Also detailed in the blueprint is the domain name suffix that we're going to use, together with environment-specific cloud account numbers. In this example, the domain name we're going to use is accessidentifiedcloud.com. We are now ready to begin the deployments. Once the blueprint definition is complete, the first stage of the process is to construct the underlying machine images. For our demonstration, we're using Ubuntu Linux servers on Azure and Debian Linux servers on AWS. In both cases, the machine images are constructed from scratch, including the download and installation of all required product applications and licenses, along with the installation and configuration of our build and automation scripts. For our demonstration, the same blueprint definition will be used for both cloud environments, with the exception of cloud-specific details such as cloud region names and account details. I'm now going to initiate the deployments into our empty AWS and Azure accounts. In this bottom window on the left, I'm going to initiate the AWS deployment build with the window above showing the log output. And in the bottom right hand screen, I'm going to initiate the Azure build with its log output on the top right. The first thing it's identified is that we don't have the AMIs in place, so I'm going to tell it to go away and build those. And the same with the Azure account. The machine image generation is going to take approximately 10 minutes to complete. So I will pause recording until this is completed. I'll come back to you shortly. Now that the machine images have been successfully built in both environments and across all cloud regions defined, we can proceed with the Terraform code generation and subsequent build. The two environments are now generating all the required Terraform code for the deployment blueprints and are initiating the Terraform configurations, including the generation of Terraform state files into the respective S3 and blob storage accounts. Now we are ready to complete the deployments. Again, the build process will take around 10 minutes to complete, so I'll pause the recording until this is completed. Okay, 10 minutes in, we can see that all the resources have all deployed. The automated configurations will proceed where the various Ping application clusters will configure and replicate themselves. This process will take a further 5 to 10 minutes, and so again, I will pause the recording until this is completed. Now that the application configuration processes have completed, we can access the PingFederate Clusters and check the configurations. Let's check our AWS account. This is in the Europe Island region, and we can see that all the processes are running, all the servers we expect, the PingFed admin, the PingFed runtimes for both clusters, and the directory server. And if we look at the tags on the directory server, we can see that replication has complete. Let's check out the London region, and again we can see all the regions, all the servers are running. The PingDirectory server replication is also complete. And finally, in the California region, let's check out the same thing. And again, we can see the replication is complete. So everything looks like it's running. If we check out the DNS entries for our AWS account, we can see we've got our LDAP entries for the PingDirectory servers and both PingFed admin servers defined. So if we go to the PingFed console now, we should be able to see everything for our first cluster in cluster A shown here. And we can see we've got 3 regions, 3 PingFed runtimes running. And just to check the cluster configuration, we can see that they're all replicating correctly across all 3 regions. Let's swap to cluster B in the same AWS account. And again, we can see we've got 3 regions, 3 PingFed runtimes running. And again, just check the cluster management. And we can see they're all okay. Now let's check the Azure account. We can see we've got lots of resources being built. And if we check out the 3 PingDirectory servers, we can see that that's replicated, and the second one, and the third one. So all 3 PingDirectory servers are up and running and replicated. And again, if we check the DNS in Azure, we can see we've got our PingFed admin servers running. We can see our directory servers across all 3 regions and our PingFed runtimes. Again, let's check the PingFed console here. So again, this is our A cluster in the Azure region. We can see in the 3 Azure regions, we've got 3 runtimes running. Just check out the cluster configuration. We can see they're all replicated. And same with the B cluster, again all 3 regions, and again the cluster configuration all replicating nicely. The final thing we can check here is that we can connect to our LDAP servers. So we've got a little check here that checks the available state, and you see that's come back available for the AWS one and for the Azure one. Same thing, so everything is running correctly. A final word about DNS configurations. In both environments, the DNS configurations include all product components using both public and private DNS zones to allow us to access the various components internally and externally as required, ensuring cross-region DNS support. Please note that these completed deployments also contain a number of self-healing and high availability features, including automated backup and recovery and seamless operation in the event of a complete cloud region failure. All infrastructure concerns have therefore been taken care of by this deployment automation process. Well, you've seen in just about half an hour that we've been able to build completely from scratch 2 completely different cloud environments consisting of 2 PingFed clusters and 1 PingDirectory cluster, all ready to use. We hope you enjoyed our demonstration and observed how powerful our automation services are for the flexible, rapid, and consistent deployment of PingIdentity infrastructure products. If you have any questions or would like to find out more about our cloud deployment automation services, please contact us. Thank you for watching.